Will the Southern California real estate market crash? Probably not. But that is a topic that's being addressed by Norada in Real Estate Investments in an article published on January 23rd. We're going to take a quick look at it. Let's see what they have to say. Oh, before we get started, if we haven't met, my name is Nathannecochea. I'm a realtor here in Orange County, California. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, let's see if the crash is coming. So basically where they're starting off is they're saying that Southern California in totality, in all the counties, that the market is currently leaning slightly towards a buyer's market, but I can attest that in Orange County, we are definitely not seeing that because our months at the end of 2023, we only had about a little over 1 month of available inventory. I would say that we're still in a little bit of a seller's market, and that's primarily being driven just from the lack of inventory. The data that they gathered, what they saw that the existing single family home sales, we did see a bit of a decline in 2023 of about 7.1% from November of 2022, which makes sense if we go back to mid-December of 2022 was the first Fed rate hike. I believe that was a 75 basis point rate. No, sorry, it was a 50 basis point increase. And then we saw 3 additional increases in 2023. We had one February, March, and May. So that raised an additional 75 basis points, which increased mortgage rates, which put some downward pressure on demand. So, and affordability went bad real quick. So I'm not surprised that we saw fewer home sales. All right, so then they break down the Southern California metrics a little bit. For Southern California as a whole, the median sold price in December of 2023 was $790,000. That was a little bit of a decrease from November, which seasonally is not unheard of. But compared to the previous December, it was a 6.3% increase in prices. But sales, on the other hand, did increase 1.1% month to month, but it was an overall decrease of just over 6% for the entirety of the year. But what we really want to take a look at for us is Orange County. The median sold price remained pretty steady at $1.3 million. That was from November to December of 2023. Year over year, though, in Orange County, we saw a big increase of about 14.9%. Again, sales did experience a little over an 8% month-to-month decrease, but overall, it was, for the year of 2023, it was about a 7.6% decrease. All right, and then they want to address, are home prices dropping in Southern California? Well, that depends on your market. Some markets are not growing as quickly, some are pretty stagnant, some have a little bit of a price reduction trend, but it doesn't seem to be anything substantial. Orange County is not facing that. In fact, one market in Orange County, according to the last couple of Redfin reports, Anaheim, as a matter of fact, is one in their top 5 home price increases for particular weeks that were measured. So we are seeing prices still continuing to go up in Orange County, and that is being driven essentially by the lack of inventory. I do expect to see that taper off a little bit as we start accumulating a little bit more inventory as more homes come on the market. I do think that we're not going to see as big a jump that we saw last year, especially if mortgage rates remain fairly steady. I think that's going to benefit the market, that benefits buyers, that benefits sellers, sellers can still get a phenomenal price for their home. But if we don't see any drastic increases in prices, that's going to keep affordability slightly more manageable for potential buyers, which means that they may be more apt to get out into the market. All right, then real quick to conclude their article, they are predicting that the Southern California housing market is expected to maintain relatively stable. They're predicting some moderate price increases, some fairly steady sales, some improvement or increase in inventory as far as the economy goes, inflation, jobs markets, jobs report, things like that. they're hoping that we continue some favorable economic conditions, which should help the market overall. All right, so in general, it's a pretty benign forecast. It's pretty much on par with other forecasts that I've seen, my own predictions for 2024. I think some of the biggest factors that we have to take a look at are going to be how the Fed reacts in this upcoming two-day meeting, how they react to some of the data that comes in. Are we still keeping inflation kind of on a downward trend? Are we trending in the right direction? Because that is going to determine when the Fed will decrease rates, if they're going to, and to what extent. I do think they're going to be fairly conservative with any of that, and I don't expect to see it again until mid-year. But I do think that stability is the most important factor that we have right now. The more stable the market is with mortgage rates, home prices, I think that's going to increase seller and buyer sentiment and get people to be more active in the market. All right, those are just my thoughts. I would love to hear yours. What do you expect to see here in Southern California? Do you think that Orange County is going to take a turn for the worse, or do you think we're going to continue our strength and stability? I really would like to hear. You can leave me a comment down below. If you like the video, please like the video. If you would like to subscribe, please subscribe. If you would like to talk to me personally, my contact information is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.